Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. So you can find all the lessons on a+2minutes.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter system of linear equations. And the lessons we have covered today are solve a system of equations using any method word problems, solve a system of equations by graphing, solve a system of equations by graphing word problems. So let's just start with the chapter system of linear equations. So we are already working on the chapter. We are done with the substitution method, elimination method, the augmented method, matrices method, right? So let's just start with the lesson that is solve a system of equations using any method word problems. So it's up to you which method you are going to use now, right? So let's just start with the lesson that is solve a system of equations using any method. So we are given with the word problems. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, write a system of equations to describe the situation below. And fill in the blanks. A local service organization is wrapping gifts to the at the mall to raise money for charity. Yesterday they wrapped 25 small gifts and 33 large gifts, earning a total of $2,223. Today they wrapped 25 small gifts and 43 large gifts and earned $283. How did they charge to wrap the gifts? Okay, so basically we are given with the word problems. We have to write down the equations and we have to solve using any method, right? So for example, we are going to use x for the small gifts and y for the large gifts. So the equations would be 25x plus 35y equals 25x plus 33y equals 223. 25 plus 33y. Okay, then the other equation is 25x plus 43y. 25x plus 43y equals $283. Okay, so now you use any method, right? Any method of your choice, or if you can see the question, you can use the method that is easy to use. So you can see the x variable is exactly the same coefficient for both the equations, right? So if you use the elimination method, eliminate the variable x, right? So just add both the equations. No, hold on. Okay, so just add both the equations because for both the equations, x variable have exactly same value, right? Subtract both the equations. This way you will eliminate the variable x, right? So 25x minus 25x, it's allowed. So just subtract 33 minus 43 is minus 10y, and 283 minus 223 is 60, minus 60. 283 minus 223 is negative 60, right? So then y equals, divide both sides by 10, negative 10, so then y equals 6, right? Now we have the value of y. Just substitute the value of y in any of the variable equation and evaluate for x, right? So just replace the y equals 6 in equation 1, so that would be 25x plus 33 times 6 equals 223, right? So that is 25x plus 33 times 6 is 33 times 6 equals 198 equals 223. So just subtract on 198 other side, so that would be 223 minus 198. So 223 minus 198 equals 25. So 25x equal 25. Now divide both sides by 25. So x equals 1. Right? So you have the solution of the system of equation is x equals 1 and y equals 6. Right? So that means the organization charge $1 to wrap a small gift and $6 to wrap a large one. So the correct option is 1 and 6. Got it? Okay, let's just move on to next question. The next question is, write a system of equations. Write a system of equations to describe the situation below. Solve using any method and fill in the blanks. Shad's Bakery recently spent a total of $496 on new equipment, and their average hourly operating costs are $18. Their average hourly receipts are $49. The bakery will soon make back the amount it invested in equipments. So, how many hours will that take? How would the total expenses and receipts both equal? So, you have to write down the equations first, right? Okay, Shad's Bakery recently spent a total of $496 on new equipment, and their average hourly operating cost is $18. So equation number 1 is y equals 18x plus 496. Equation number 1 is y equals 18x plus 496, right? And the equation is the average hourly receipts are $49. So that would be y equals 49x, right? So we are given the equations, that is y equals 18x plus 496 and y equals 49x. So it says you have y variable already isolated in both the equations, right? So the easier way method you have to use is substitution method. Just substitute the value y equals 49x in equation number 1. So y equals 49x, so just replace this y with the value. So that is 49x equals 18x plus 496. So isolate the variable x, move 18x other side, so that would be 49x minus 18x equals 496. So 49 minus 18 equals 49 minus 18 equals 31. So you have 31x equals 496, right? So you have to calculate the value of x, so divide both sides by 31. So 496 divided by 31 equals 16. So that would be x equals 16. When you divide 496 by 31, that equals 16. That means the value of x is 16. Now you can substitute the x equals 16 in equation number 2, and you can evaluate the value of variable y. So it would be 49 times 16, because the value x has the value 16. So just substitute x equals 16 in equation number 2. So then 49 times 16 is 784. So y equals 784. So that means the solution of the system of equation is 16 and 784. Got it? So that means in 16 hours, the bakery's total expenses and receipts will both equal $784. Option number one is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is write a stem of equations to describe the situation below. Solve using any method and fill in the blanks. Lateral works in the shipping department of a toy manufacturer. Toy cars weigh 4 pounds apiece and are shipped in a container that weigh 20 pounds when empty. Toy trucks, which weigh 8 pounds apiece, are shipped in a container weighing 16 pounds when packed with the toys and ready for shipment. Both kinds of containers have the same number of toys and the same weight. What are the number of toys and what is the number of each container? Okay, so first let's just write down the equations. So the equations are toy car weigh 4 pounds apiece and 20 pounds when empty. Container weigh 20, so that would be y equals 4x plus 20, and the other equation is toy truck which weigh 8 pounds apiece and are shipped in container weighing 16 pounds. So the other equation is y equals 16, 8x plus 16, right? So both the equations are equal to y. Y value is already isolated. So when you have the case, one of the variable is already isolated, the easiest method you can use is substitution method, right? So both the equations are equal. 8x plus 16 equals 4x plus 20, right? So isolate the variable x, so that would be 20 minus 16. 8 minus 4 is 4x equals 4, so x equals 1. Now substitute x equals 1 in any of the equation and solve for y. 4 times 1 plus 20, so that is 4 plus 20, that is 24. So that means the solution of the system is 1 and 24. Got it? So the correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is solve a system of equations by graphing. So solve the system of equations by graphing. First graph the equations and then type the solution. The first equation is y equals negative x and the other one is x equals 6, right? So the first equation is y equals negative x. The y-intercept is 0, right? Passing through the origin. Slope is negative 1. That move down 1 and right 1. You want to connect 2 points and make a line. The second equation is x equals 6, right? So here is the line for x equals 6. So when you make, you can see there you have a intersection point, that is 6 and negative 6, right? That is the solution of the equations. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, solve the system of equations by graphing. First graph each equation, then type the solution. Okay, the equations are y equals negative x minus 2, y equals negative x minus 2, and the other equation is y equals minus 2x plus 1. The other equation is y equals negative 2x plus 1. Okay, let's see the first equation. This is the for the slope for the equation 1 is y equals negative 1 over 1, right? And the y-intercept is negative 2, right? Let's just plot these 2 points. X is 0, negative 2, y is 0, right? Then slope is negative 1 and 1. That means move down 1 point and right 1 point. So that would be this one. That is the line for the equation number 1. Okay, so the second one is, okay, let me just connect and, okay. The second one is y equals negative 2x. So slope equals negative 2. And the y-intercept is 1 and 0, right? So x is 1, y is 0. Here is the y-intercept. And the slope is negative 2. That means negative 2 over 1. So negative means move down 2 point and right 1 point. So here is the down 1 and right 1. So just join these 2 points and make a line. Hold on. Okay. 1 0 and 2 down and 1 right. Okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, x is 0, y is negative 2. Okay, that is the mistake I did. Okay, let me explain again, right? Just listen to me carefully. Okay, here is the equations y equals negative x and negative 2, right? So I got the mistake what I did. Okay, the equations are y equals negative x minus 2, right? You can see this is the slope. Slope equals negative 1 over 1. The y-intercept is negative 2. So x is 0, y is negative 2, right? This is a mistake I did earlier. Okay, for the second equation, y equals negative 2x plus 1. Slope is negative 2 over 1 and y-intercept. So x is 0, y is 1, right? Let me just plot them. Okay, x is 0, y is negative 2. Here is the point. That is the y-intercept. Okay, negative 1 over 1 means the negative 1 means you have to move down 2 points and right one, negative one, move down 1 point and right 1 point. That is the 2 points for equation number one. Now just join them and make a line. Okay, let's just make a line. Okay, now the second one is uh, x is 0, y is 1. Here is the y-intercept, and slope is negative 2 over 1. Move down 2 points and right 1 point. Here is another one. Just join these 2 points and make the other line, right? Okay. So when we're working on the graphs, be very, very careful, right? If you move a line a little bit, you will miss your point of intersection. Okay, so here is the point of intersection, right? Just match, so it would be basically the point of intersection is x equals 3 and y equals negative 5, right? The point of intersection would be at x equals 3 and the solution is 3 and sorry, the solution is 3 and negative 5. X equals 3 and y is negative 5. So it would be here 3 and negative 5, it would be here, right? But I moved the line a bit. I will be careful in the next question, right? Let's just move on to next one. The basic thing is you have to do the same slope and the y-intercept. Just put slope and y-intercept for both the points and find their point of intersection, right? Okay, let me do for the second one because it is a board. I can't. That's the one we did on tutorial. That solution for this one is 6, negative 6. Let me just do the one that have the proper equations. Okay, I will do this one. Okay, so just look at the equation 1. Y equals negative 2x minus 6. Minus 6. Okay, the slope is negative 2. M equals negative 2. The y-intercept is negative 6, right? So that means x is 0, y is negative 6. Okay, for this equation, x is 0, y is negative 6. The slope is negative 2 over 1. That means move down and move right 1 point. So here is the... Okay, let me just make a line that connect these 2 points. Okay, the other equation is y equals negative x minus 4, right? Slope is m equals negative 1 over 1 and the y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So x is 0, y is negative 4 and 1 down and 1 right. That would be here. So just connect these 2 points and make a line. Okay, that is the line, right? Just So this is the point of intersection of these two lines, right? This is the point of intersection. So the point of intersection is x equals -3 and y equals 1. The point of intersection is, but still I moved a bit, right? So you can, the point of intersection is -2 and 2. -2 and -2 would be the point of it. Here is the point of intersection, this one. Got it? So when you're working on the graphs, be very, very careful. You can see I moved a bit and the point of intersection will be changed. So use proper graph paper when you're using the graphing method. Make lines, be very careful. Let's just start with the next lesson. So basic thing is when you are working on the graphs, you need two things. One of them is you need slope and the other one is you need y-intercept, right? The last lesson from the chapter is the same graphing method, just word problems. So let's just start with the test question. Okay, so let's just start with the problem. The first one is Carrie and Henry met for a dinner in downtown. So in downtown Hillsdale, Carrie did flat rate valet parking for $10 and Henry went to another valet parking for $4 upfront and $2 for every hour, including the first hour. Ultimately, the friends ended up paying the same amount. How much did each one pay? You have to write down the equations first, right? Okay, so equation one is flat rate of $10, right? So equation number one is y equal 10, right? And the second one is y equals 2x plus, okay, let me just, okay. Henry went to another, paid $4 upfront and 2 for every hour, right? So the equation is 2x plus 4, right? Okay, so the first one is y equals, right? Here is y equals 10, you have a straight line over here. Okay, the second one is y equals 2x plus 4. Okay, so slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 4. So here is 4. Y-intercept means 2 over 1. Move up 2 point, right 1 point. So just join these two points and make a straight line. Now I'm going to use. Okay, let's make a line. Okay, the line is at 4 0 and move up to, and so it would be, so this is the point of intersection, right? Here you have x is 5 and y is 10. So the solution of the system of equation is x equals 5 and y equals 10, right? Okay, so x equal 5 and y is 10 equal 10 is the $10 is the correct option, right? You have to see how much dollars. So the dollars is 5 hours and $10 they have to pay. Got it? Okay, the second one is A new hospital in Dover starts out with 10 junior residents and 5 senior residents on its staff. Management plans to hire additional personnel at a rate of 3 junior residents per month and 4 senior residents per month. Eventually, there will be an equal number of each on the hospital staff. How many of each type will be there? Okay, 10 junior residents and 5 senior residents, right? So the equation would be y equals 10x 3x 10 junior and so y equals 5x plus 10, right? And then the second one is management plans to hire additional personnel at 3 junior and 4 senior. So that would be y equals 3x plus, okay. Equations are y equals 3 junior residents per month, 3x plus 10, right? And then the other equation is y equals 4 senior and 5 senior older. So that is, these are the two equations, right? You have to solve these equations, okay? So for equation number 1, the slope is 3. The y-intercept m equals 3 and y-intercept is 10 and 0. For this one, slope equals 4 and the y-intercept is 0 and 5. This is the mistake I did earlier. Okay, the equations are y equals 3x plus 10. So slope equals 5 and the y-intercept is 0 and 10. For this, the second equation is y equals 4x plus 5. So slope equals 4 and the y-intercept is 0 and 5. Let's just make two lines for these points. Okay. Okay, for the first one, x is 0, y is 10, right? And the slope is 5 and 1. Move 5 points up and 1 right, 5 over 1, right? So when you move 5 up and 1 right, you would be here, right? The slope is 3, not 5. So you have to move up 1, 2, 3, right? 3 up and Okay, the slope is 3, right? But you can see here the unit is for 10, 10. 1 square equals 5, right? So the slope is m equals 3 over 1. So you can write it as, because each one block equals 5, so you can multiply them by 5. So that would be 3 times 5 is 15 and 5 times 1 is 5. That means you have to move 15 points up, 5, 10, 15, and 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be here. Just join these 2 points and make a straight line. Okay, let's just make a straight line. It would be like this. Okay, the second one is slope equal 4. Again, you have to 0 and 5, right? X equals 0 and y equals 5. Here is the y-intercept, and again 4 over 1. Each point equals 5 each square, so you have to multiply them. That would be 20 over 5. So you have to move 20 points up, 5, 10, 15, and 20, and 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the other point is also here. That is basically the point of intersection of both the lines, right? This is the point of intersection, and the point of intersection is 5, and x equals 5 and y equals 25. The solution of the system is x equals 5 and y equals 25. Got it? So that means the system of solution is x equals 5 and y equals 25. So the correct option is 25 residents, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Also, we are done with the chapter. We're working on grade 10 math. The chapter we were working on is system of linear equations, and the lessons we have covered today are, we're working on the system of linear equations. The lessons we have covered today are solve a system of equations using any method word problems, then solve a system of equations by graphing, and the one we just did is solve a system of equations by graphing word problems, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. This chapter, we're done with the chapter system of linear equation. The chapter is very, very important, so do as many practice questions as you can, right? Also, please, when you're working on the graphing, you're solving the equations by using graphing method, use proper graph paper, and be very careful when you're graphing the lines. You can see how many mistakes I did when I'm graphing on the board. Graphing method is easy, but if you graph carefully, right? If you graph carefully, you can have the exact point of solution. Got it? So if you have any questions, you can please ask related to the lesson we just did. I'm here to answer all the questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.